Did you see? Do you know when he was in the final three and the
He
camera
was
zoomed
muttering
in
to
on him?
himself.
Bro, we're muttering. Vaheguru.
Yes, I thought this. I thought this. And I said this to my brother. I said, Bhat, is he doing Satnam Waiguru Ekongkar Sri Vaiguruji something right now?
Babaji, please.
Humble Benti, please.
Yeah, Babaji, please. He's definitely doing, like, he's got, like, the, you know, you can see the red of his eyes, like, Ron Lagia.
He's doing his fall apart right now, and Bao's like, no, he's not. Then I said, go on, then lip
He
read
is.
it, because Bao thinks he can lip read. He's like, yeah, he's saying like half words. I said, yeah, it's probably. I'm going with the fact that he's definitely saying Bart right now on screen. And they zoomed into him, like they did him dirty. They were like, oh yeah, there you go. They're doing this. Oh yeah. What's happening, people? Welcome to this week's episode of the Indy and Dr podcast. Why are you doing that? That you just did this on screen.
I did this, like a little dance. I was just, I don't know, I'm doing weird things.
You did it better. For those who didn't understand, it was a universal sound for somebody going to themselves. Anyway.
That was no, got the gal there.
Definitely what you did.
There's no gal bath happening here. Okay.
You've been getting shit for that.
Do you know what the source is? I'll tell you the source is now as well.
Your mum?
No, but as in who told mom, right? Mom was like, this. They were at this house program, and this old auntie, she's like, "Eh, ਗੱਲਾਂ ਹੁੰਦੀ ਸੀ ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਪਿੰਡ 'ਚ." So there you go, man.
Well, according to some people, Gordon, you can't have family sources don't count. So I said, so who do you want me to get this ratified by?
Yeah. So, bro, this is like primary evidence, meta-analysis, Cochrane reviewed, peer reviewed. You know what I mean? So, bro, just chill out. The thing what people need to understand is, and it was really funny in the comments, it's like, no, it means talking. I'm like, yeah, that's the literal meaning. I'm not saying that's not the literal meaning. The point is, a lot of this stuff in Punjabi has a double meaning.
But same in English. Like, if you say something's bad, you're like,
absolutely.
Two meanings.
Thank you. Wicked, sick, like all these things.
Sick, ulti, also good.
Wicked
is actually historically a bad word. Like, that was very wicked of you, as in conniving. Yeah.
And now that's wicked. That's a wicked.
See what I mean?
What's the new cool like
phrase
word for that? Yeah. No, not any phrase. I mean, you know, like we had. That's so sick. What's taken that mantle?
You know what, Gordon? I'm a bit too old for this. The stuff that I'll say will probably be about 4 or 5 years old. I thought pattern was one, which is, as in, how do you describe the word pattern? Like, I'm going to pattern it up for you. I'll organize it for you. I'll get it all in order for you.
Right, because getting a pattern is something completely different, isn't it?
That's patent. Pattern, as in, g'day, pattern.
Pattern. Oh, yeah. It's actually that.
Yeah, pattern.
What does bless mean?
Blessed means everything's good. I am blessed.
Yeah, no, I understand what I am blessed means, but they're just talking and then randomly, like it's
bless. That means, yeah, but fine. It's good.
Yeah. It's cool. But just say that. Do you know what I mean? Like they're talking. Shall we do this? Shall we just bless? Okay. Are you blessing yourself? Are you blessing me? Yeah. Did someone sneeze? Like. Okay, fine. What's the other ones we went through? That peak.
Yeah, peak and peng. But peng's old. Peak is a good one.
No, peng. Peng is like someone's fit, yeah?
Yeah. Peak is like, okay.
Peak is not peak, isn't it? Peak's like,
Peak is like a trough, really. It's not actually.
Yeah. It's the opposite of a peak.
Peak is like, oh, that's really, really, really bad. Yeah. That's not nice.
Oh, it's the new shit. That's so shit. That's so peak. Is that correct?
I saw something on Twitter today that absolutely made me crease. I'm going to tell you this. This is a prime example of someone saying slang going wrong. Yeah, I didn't mean to start with this, but I saw it this morning and I sent it to a mate of mine and I was absolutely creasing. Okay.
Not sure.
On a Teams meeting yesterday, and I said, let her cook out loud after one of my colleagues, a lady, made a great point during a controversial argument. Now I've been asked to see HR on Monday for sexism allegations. The guy updated today. I just got fired.
What? Start again. Start again. This can't be real, man.
It's real.
Go on, start again. Somebody's on
I was on a Teams meeting yesterday.
This is the guy speaking, yeah?
Yeah, and I said, let her cook out loud after one of my colleagues, a lady, made a great point during a controversial argument. Now I've been asked to seize HR on Monday for sexism allegations. He wrote today, update, I just got fired.
Wow. Why did that make you laugh?
Because that's an example of slang going really wrong, because that's a new one where it's like, let him cook, which means let him like make his point or concoct his argument.
Oh, I see your point. So he actually didn't mean it in
He
the
was
way
just
that
saying, like, let her
HR's...
cook with her point, like, let her say her
Yeah,
point.
yeah,
But
make a
then
point,
he's now
yeah.
been accused of sexism and he's lost his job. It could all be satire. I don't know. It's obviously a random person on Twitter. But it made me chuckle
yeah.
because I was thinking that's a prime example of when slang goes very, very wrong.
Gotta be careful, man. Don't know what to say these days, man. Just
Don't
stick
say
to proper
that.
English.
Don't say that.
Don't
Can't
say
say
what?
anything these days. If you say that, I swear to God.
I'm talking about from personal experience here. I might just say the wrong thing. I'll stick to proper English. You stick to the...
Except for when you say,
Stuff
yeah,
you say.
cigarettes are fags. And I was like, oh, okay. Which, by the way, is apparently very allowed because I've heard people on the radio say that. I was like, oh, it can be said. Okay.
Some things have just been normalized, haven't they? They're like, oh, okay. But then, Roald Dahl, need to go and correct that, don't we? For some
Yeah,
reason.
Good point. Good point.
Not making sense. They're just deciding, yeah, we'll censor this. We won't censor this.
Yeah, picky choosy.
Picky choosy.
Happy with your
You know,
preamble?
it's going to give you another funny one. So
Go
we
on.
have, I'm sure you have this as well. Do you have like a neighborhood WhatsApp group type thing?
Considering I live in a block of flats, yes, we do. But I'm not in it. Sandra's in it.
Okay, so there is one, right? So we've got
Yeah.
one as well. We have kind of like a more private one for the road, but then we have like a bigger one for certain postcodes, right? And there's some activity this evening. Someone spotted a Gurdwara, and everyone was like, "Where's this Gurdwara? Gurdwara seen here, Gurdwara seen here." Da da da. Da. And then someone clearly put a message meant for his wife in that group, and then it said, so you know, like when you open an iPhone and you get those messages, but you haven't opened them yet.
Yeah.
So you can see like there's multiple messages and all like crime related, stuff. And then the top one is, "Babe, I'm so hungry." And it's a Punjabi guy, right? And I'm like, it's just like that boy. Oh, मैनू भूख लगी है, कोई रोटी छोटी बना दे मेरे लिए. Oh, baby. Proper again trying to get tarasana. Maybe I tell everybody, they'll message and be like, "Enu kuch khila do, give them some food." It's just so funny. Imagine that, like,
Karno aajo, please. Sheti.
Yeah, I bet. Yeah. Everyone's complaining about his Gurdwara. He knows it's my wife's Gurdwara. He's like, "Oh, baby, मैनू भूख लगी, आया हुण." Stop doing गेड़ियां on the state.
Stop
Yeah,
doing the chore.
Yeah. चोड़ियां बंद कर दे. गेड़ियां बंद कर दे. घर आके मेरी रोटी बना. That's what he's thinking. But it's just, and it's one of those. I don't think he realized because I haven't checked again. But at that point, he wasn't like quick delete. It's still there.
He probably thought, oh, it's done now. He probably clicked
Yeah.
it and saw like 60 people have read it. He thought, yeah, the damage is done.
I want to keep her that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then every time anybody sees his missus now, I'll be like, do you not like provide food for your family? She's gonna get those things now.
Karen, that's very sexist of you, man. Men can cook too.
Yeah, but in the comment that he made, he's suggesting that he can't cook. So it's not sexist if I'm commenting on the actual situation, is it?
Very good point.
It's a very good point, isn't it? Trying to dig holes for me, aren't you? Trying to dig holes for me.
That's what I do.
Right then. Now, before I do the introduction to this, how sick. I don't know if you picked up on this, but I had this reflection today. When we were at the event, which we're going to talk about in the end and what's happening, there was a point where somebody came up to me and did I can't, my wife loves it when it's like, you know the point, right? So shout out to Ram and Suki at this point. And Ram's like, confessions on Brown one day. And the thing is, for a while, I was like, how is it perceived by the people? Like, obviously, it's catchy. It's clearly catchy, right? And again, I think when we're doing bigger live events, then I'll literally be like, it's that time, put the mic out to them. I think everybody will sing it. I'll do a bit of like conducting, right? But it was just really nice. It was really, really nice. Let people get excited by the jingle.
Jingle bells. Give you my jingle bell.
Jingle bells. Confessions of Brown Monday.
Wow, that was very somber. Okay.
You know what it was? I listened last week to my over the top one and I didn't like it. I didn't like it because I tried something different, and then I heard it and I was like, I'm so off tune, and so I was like, I'm gonna rein it in a little bit.
I'm glad you came to that conclusion yourself.
Given the fact that you're like one of the most honest people there is, had you not liked it, you would have just told me, like, you're just like, this is shit. Guys, before we got into this on this pod, Indy's like, your camera's pretty shit. And in my head, I'm like, Indy, I bought this camera because you told me to buy this camera, right? So this is an investment that you told me to make.
Yeah, but I said,
and now you are telling me this is shit. And I'm like, okay, it's good. It's good job.
I said,
you
said, it's run its course of what it is. Because right now, getting your lighting on point is actually a ball ache. Okay.
Yeah, that's true. Guys, well, look, we're going to be, releasing Patreon hopefully soon. Maybe we just start a fund, Karan's camera page or something,
camera
right?
Fund. There we go.
Karan's camera fund. Pound ਪਾ ਦੋ, 2 pound ਪਾ ਦੋ, 5 pound ਪਾ ਦੋ, ਜਿੰਨਾ ਵੀ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਦੇ ਸਕਦੇ ਹੋ. Wow, sounds like we're doing Benti from stage again.
That should be the video of when we actually ask for donations on it. We're like,
ਜਿਹੜੇ ਸਾਡੇ ਭੈਣ ਭਰਾ ਬੈਠੇ ਆ, ਸਾਡੇ ਵੀਡੀਓ ਸਪੋਰਟ ਕਰਦੇ ਆ, ਅਸੀਂ ਤੁਹਾਡਾ ਨੂੰ ਛੋਟੀ ਜੀ ਬੇਨਤੀ ਕਰਨੀ ਸੀ. ਤੇ ਉਹ ਬੇਨਤੀ ਹੈਗੀ ਹੈ, ਤੇ ਸਾਡੇ ਵੱਡੇ ਵੀਰ ਸਰਦਾਰ ਜਸ ਕਰਨ, ਡਾਕਟਰ ਜੈਜ਼ ਮੈਵੀ ਕਰਨ ਸਿੰਘ ਮਾਵੀ, ਜਿਹੜੇ ਅਸੀਂ ਥੋੜ੍ਹਾ ਜਿਹਾ ਅਪਗ੍ਰੇਡ ਕਰਨਾ ਸੀ, ਤੇ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਇੱਕ ਵਧੀਆ ਜਿਹਾ ਨਵਾਂ ਜਿਹਾ ਕੈਮਰਾ ਲੈਣਾ ਸੀ, ਤੇ ਉਹ ਵੀ ਫਿਰ ਇੰਦਵੀਰ ਭਰਾ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਬਰਾਬਰ ਜਿਹਾ ਕੈਮਰਾ ਹੋ ਜਾਣਾ, ਤੇ ਉਹ ਇੰਨੇ ਜ਼ਿਆਦਾ ਕਾਲੇ ਨਹੀਂ ਲੱਗੋਗੇ ਕੈਮਰਾ ਤੇ. ਜੇ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਮਨਜ਼ੂਰ ਹੈਗਾ, ਤੁਸੀਂ ਆਪਣੇ ਹਾਰਡ ਐਂਡ ਮਨੀ ਤੋਂ ਵਿੱਚੋਂ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਥੋੜ੍ਹਾ ਜਿਹਾ ਕੱਢ ਕੇ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਹਿੱਸਾ ਦੇ ਦਿਓ. ਬਹੁਤ ਅਪਰੀਸ਼ੀਏਟ ਅਸੀਂ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਤੁਹਾਡੀ ਸਪੋਰਟ ਦੀ, ਹੈ ਨਾ. ਤੇ ਬਸ ਇੰਨੀ ਛੋਟੀ ਜਿਹੀ ਗੱਲ ਅਸੀਂ ਕਹਿਣੀ ਸੀ, ਤੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਮਾਈਂਡ ਨਾ ਕਰਿਓ ਬਸ.
ਥੈਂਕ ਯੂ ਜੀ.
ਥੈਂਕ ਯੂ ਜੀ.
If you don't work for a committee one day, I'm going to be so upset with you.
The problem is, have we talked about this before? Have we talked about the stage secretary voice?
The one you do so well?
Yeah, but have we talked about it? No. Guys, all right. I don't know what segment this falls into, but we'll put it here. Make sure you make this into a reel. This is funny, right? Now,
you can't
stage
say
secretaries
that ahead of you saying it. That is pressure.
I can pressure is what chalo hegi hai, jo gal hegi hai. Now, I'm sure most of you know that the stage secretary at Gurdwara are obviously the guys that normally, or ladies, that make most of the announcements, right? So, for example, say you've invited Kirtani, say you've invited Katha Vajik, say it's Gurpur or whatever the event is, they're going to say a few words. For some reason, they all have the same style of delivery, which is heavily punctuated with pauses like that, right? And so the way you can have fun with it is basically you can add any gal and just do it in that style, even if it's obviously not Gurdwara related stuff. But they always start with, प्यारे साध संगत जी, ਅੱਜ ਇਸ ਸਥਾਨ ਤੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਸਾਰੇ ਜੁੜ ਬੈਠੇ ਹੋ, ਤੇ ਅਸੀਂ ਬਸ ਛੋਟੀ ਜੀ ਗੱਲ ਕਰਨੀ ਸੀ. ਸਾਡੇ ਕਮਿਊਨਿਟੀ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ 2 ਨੌਜਵਾਨ ਮੁੰਡੇ ਸਰਦਾਰ ਜੈਜ਼ ਮਾਵੀ ਤੇ ਜੱਗਾ ਖਹਿਰਾ ਨੇ ਇੱਕ ਬਹੁਤ ਵਧੀਆ ਪੋਡਕਾਸਟ ਚਲਾਇਆ, ਜਿਸ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਉਹ ਪੰਜਾਬੀਆਂ ਗੱਲਾਂ ਦੇ ਵਿਚਾਰ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਨ ਤੇ ਸਨ. ਤੇ ਬਸ ਇੰਨੀ ਜੀ ਗੱਲ ਸੀਗੀ. ਤੇ ਇੱਕ ਮਾੜੀ ਜੀ ਹੋਰ ਗੱਲ ਅਸੀਂ ਕਹਿਣੀ ਸੀ, ਮਾਈਂਡ ਨਾ ਕਰਿਓ. ਜਿਹਦੀ ਗੱਡੀ B2272Z ਤੁਹਾਡੀ ਗੱਡੀ ਬਲੌਕ ਕਰ ਰਹੀ ਹੈ, ਤੁਸੀਂ ਫੌਰਨ ਮਤਲਬ ਬਣਾਓ, ਤੁਸੀਂ ਫੌਰਨ ਗੱਡੀ ਨੂੰ ਹਿਲਾ ਦਿਓ. ਥੈਂਕ ਯੂ. ਬਸ ਇੰਨੀ ਗੱਲ ਅਸੀਂ ਕਹਿਣੀ ਸੀ. Gurfate.
Gurpate. Jesus, got him, man. It's like a second nature to you.
Yeah, the secretary voice is just so unique. It's so like, and guys, I'm not doing this to take the piss either, right? So don't take this the wrong way, okay?
No, I'm doing this.
Comedy.
I'm doing this.
What is it, Indy? What? Tell everybody the rules of comedy. What are the rules of comedy?
The rules of comedy, there are none.
Okay.
The rules of comedy are everybody can get the jokes. That's Andrew Schultz's favorite saying. Everyone gets these jokes. Yeah, but also there is a thing where it's don't be a hack. I don't think that's been done too much to be a hack. But if we continually do this for, say, 100 episodes, now we're being a hack. See what I mean? So there's a level to it, I guess you can say.
There's an art, there's a skill, and it's a skill. We're here to provide some lightheartedness. We're not taking shots at anybody. I really like our stage secretaries. They're very good friends of mine. All good. Chalo, you ready for question?
Yes, go on.
Chalo Mitra. So, now, I am obviously given a sleeping pass, and given that I go to work, so Shindy and Ikam obviously sleep in here, and I sleep wherever I need to sleep in the rest of the house. Now, the perks, obviously, what are the perks of that, Indy, sleeping separately? From my perspective.
You can starfish in the bed.
Don't do that anyway, but yes, I can starfish. What else?
You get an uninterrupted sleep.
Yeah, that's the main thing. Although, Ike's doing very well. She's sleeping kind of,
You can go to sleep whenever you want and wake up whenever you want. You're basically single.
No. The waking up whenever you want. That is the thing, right? So I'm going to give you the context. Now, when it's a work day, then obviously I know what time I need to leave the house for work. So then I work backwards, what I need to do in terms of EK, Shindy's breakfast tray, EK stuff. Like, that's fine. I'm on point. It's all like clockwork, right? The problem comes when I don't have to go to work the next day. Because then I'm like, what time do I actually need to wake up? Now, being the good husband I am, being the communicator and Mr. Well, not allowed being here, but being a good communicator, I asked Indy, like, what time would you like breakfast? Right? You get ahead, Indy. You get ahead. You ask the question. So in this particular scenario, so this is like a Saturday, let's say, or something, right? And Shindy would be like, yeah, if you can come at 8:30. I'm like, okay, that's fine. So she gave me a hard time now to come into the room, right? So what happened was, when Shindy feeds, was feeding EK, then we've got this log so we can keep account on how many ounces she's had and poo-poo and all that kind of stuff. So I kind of know when Shindy's awake, right?
Why
Plus
do you do that? Why don't you just feed the baby until it's content?
What do you mean?
Why do you have a food log? Why can't you just feed the baby until it's
Because
content?
you do, but in an overall day, they have to be hitting, you're aiming for certain markers, so they're not being underfed or overfed. They'll do too many ulti if you don't. And the problem is sometimes is, I understand your logic, because basically what you're saying is they'll just cry if they want food, right? You should just feed them. But sometimes because they sleep too much, they're not getting the feeds. And then you're like, okay, you know how you did today, which means you're going to wake up in the night and you're not going to be happy.
Gotcha.
And then your growth is affected. So I understand your logic, Mr. Pipework, but that's the reason why. So, yeah, okay. Because, you're a martyr for all the other guys out there, as we like to say, don't you?
Just asking the basic question.
Just ask the basic question, yeah. What was my point?
8:30.
So so Shindy's on there, so she's messaging. So I'm like, okay, so she's say for example working up at 7, I can see that she's put a message like 6:30. So sometimes what I do is I just say her message, "Are you awake?" at like 8:10.
Booty
so
call,
why am I saying? No, not that. Why am I?
Question mark.
Okay, what's the intention of that message?
What, you up?
Yeah, are you up? What's the intention?
Him? What scenario? Wait, in your life scenario,
this
or
scenario?
just in real life scenario?
No.
Okay, real life scenario. We understand is what that message means, yeah.
Yeah. This scenario, bro. Wow.
This scenario.
She's at 8:30. It's 8:10. Shindy, are you up? Why am I sending that?
To go downstairs and start commencing the breakfast proceedings.
Or
to check if the coast is clear to come inside.
I can do that anyway. So if she doesn't reply, what are my options?
Go back to sleep.
Right. So here's the thing, right? I'm like, listen, I'm like, so if you're not awake, then I know we agreed 8:30, but if you need to sleep, darling, then you should sleep. Do you know what I mean? And I said, I done it 1 or 2 times, but this day, his message came back was like, I don't need you to check if I'm awake. We agreed 8:30. You come in at 8:30. I'm paraphrasing. It wasn't like that stern.
No, I
But it
felt
was
like
words
it
to
was
those
that
effect.
stern. She probably had a rough night.
It was stern, but it's like a really small sentence. It was like
Were there
it was
full
something like
stops?
stop. Yeah, it was like stop checking. You don't need to check. I think it was that. I was like,
Were there full stops?
yeah, there was full stop. There was full stop. You don't need to
Okay,
check,
Okay.
right? And I was like, oh man, I was like, yeah, it's a very fine line, right? It's a very fine line because, like I said, on a work day, work is the hard exit. I get it on point. When it's like, oh, and the thing is, when you have a baby in the morning, you don't do anything in the sense of it's not like you're planning to be anywhere. So it's a very like fluid thing, and that's the problem because there's too much fluidity. I'm just like, okay, you wake up, and the other thing is, right, sometimes you wake up tired. Genuinely.
You or Shindy?
Even if you, no, even me. But the thing is,
even you. Oh, Pachara.
no. I've said this to Shindy. I was like, say, for example, I go to work, right, and I come back and I'm tired. I'm like, I understand that you're more tired and you're different tired, but that doesn't mean I'm not tired. It's not a competition of who's more tired. You win, hands
She
down.
will
I'm not
always
saying
win.
that.
Yes, never forget that.
Fine, right? It's fine. And I acknowledge that. But then I was like, but then that shouldn't stop me telling you that I'm tired just because I'm trying to not make you feel bad. I'm not saying it to try and make you feel bad. I'm just telling you that I'm tired, not to compete with your tiredness. You wait, man. You got this all to come, man.
Oh, mate, I know exactly how I'm going to get. It's going to be...
And the thing is,
Sanj.
Indy,
yeah. I don't give a shit about your problems. Change the baby. I'm going to the gym. I'll be like, okay.
I don't give a shit about your podcast. I don't give a shit about you. Change the baby. I'm going to the gym.
I've been at this for 23 hours.
Yeah.
You walk in, acting all tired.
La 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 la
la la la la la la la la la. Walking all in. Had a lovely day at work, socializing with people. You even had a meal deal. Meanwhile, I'm sat here, covered in stale milk. Baby threw up 4 times. Diarrhea everywhere. Okay, and I had to clean this up.
Easy.
But this is why, Garan. This is why you can't walk in and say you're tired. You don't know what day they've had.
True. I do because we check in all the time, unless it's obviously a night shift. But my point is simply we're not competing about tiredness. You win. I'm not saying I'm more tired. I'm just saying I'm tired in a different way. I'm allowed to be tired, no?
Hey man, I don't know what's right and what's up.
Bro, why you sitting on the phone? Bro, menu pata nahi. I don't want to get involved.
I haven't had any.
You know what I mean?
Comment. No, you are very valid in feeling right. Just because you are tired doesn't mean that your tired is diminished by somebody else's tiredness. That's not a fair comparison. Obviously, the nature of the tiredness is different because you're wired for work and saving lives. Shindy is wired for saving daughter's life. Very different.
Very different. She's obviously more invested. Big yawn. Now, learning point. She's so cute when she yawns, by the way. You know what's funny about baby yawns? It's like they can cry, but then get punctuated by a yawn. It's like they take a break from crying. They're like, I don't need to cry because I'm yawning. And then straight back on. It's all like, okay, how does that work? But right, guys, when you agree a time with the wife, don't check if it's still the right time, okay? You go in. Question.
I understand why you check it though, because Shindy is the worst at punctuality. She's not punctual.
Okay.
This is coming from the guy who has said on this podcast a few times, I have to give Shindy leave time to go to the venue, to go to places.
Yeah. No, you don't really. You have to pull out examples.
Hey, I'm pulling out examples.
Look at him. He's like, I got evidence, bro. I got evidence. Episodes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Evidence based. Okay.
There's two different types of punctuality. That what you're talking about is event punctuality, going to other people's stuff. This is punctuality she expects. It's reverse punctuality, right? So if she wants something a certain time because it's to do with EK and relieving, EK, me of her of me. What am I trying to say? Relieving her of EK, then yeah, that needs to be on time. So now I don't check. Now it's more like I'm on the way. That's how you buy a few minutes. I'm on the way. In the early days, right? She's like, yeah, okay, go and eat brush or whatever, or go and have breakfast. And I come back, she's like, Took you 25 minutes to do that. I was like, you timing me? And the funny thing was, because the thing is, the nature of me is that I'll do what I'm supposed to do, but then I'll see a few other things. I'm like, yeah, I'll do that, and that to benefit Shindy, right? She's like, I didn't ask you to do that.
She won't see those bits.
I would, no, she'll see it because I'll tell her, but it's like, I would have enjoyed doing those bits. Right? So, for example, today, Monday, right, I do the Aldi click and collect, get the food. I'm going to be home at this time, arriving now. As I come in, do you want me to put the shopping away, or would you like to do that and I take EK? That's all it is. That's a good question.
That's
a good question. So then I come in, it's like, right, EK onto me, bang. Shindy's doing all the kitchen, she's cut my fruit for tomorrow, can't yard. Lovely jubbly. But she enjoys the not doing just baby-related stuff at that point. And then me and EK do a part. EK falls asleep. She did so much tummy time today. You know what tummy time is?
When you put your baby on your tummy and you try and get it to crawl.
Yeah, crawling is a later thing. Initially, it's just the
head
control.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, because otherwise the head's all like this, isn't it? But now she just sits up. So yeah. So bro.
So going back to the point, when you were late, what happened?
No, it wasn't about being late. It was there was no, because she'd already had that initial comment, which is you don't need to ask. When I came in, she's like, don't ask. Just come when I've asked you to come.
Do not ask. Do. Feel.
Is this like a Bruce Lee reference? I don't.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a really bad one though.
Yes.
Don't point on the finger or you'll miss all the heavenly glory. Don't think, feel.
Banging line.
That's the impression. It's a great
banging
impression. I love Bruce. Bruce is my guy, man.
I'm sure he feels the same way.
I'm sure he does. I remember back in school, yeah, everyone knew I love Bruce Lee. He's called Bruce Lee Singh, right? And then it was listen. He goes, oh, I'm not gonna tell you this as well. Listen.
You
Bruce Lee Singh. Listen,
you were Bruce Lee Singh.
Hey, Bruce is very patala, is all right.
Yeah, but Bruce is ripped, bro.
Yeah, ripped. Yeah, patala, isn't it? He's lean. So there was this thing that went around at school, which is everyone, because of me, became obsessed. Now, yeah, with the 1-inch punch. And so everyone just started doing it on each other.
Yeah, bang.
Yeah? Bang, bang. I remember there's one guy, his name's Priyesh Patel, safe with him, and he was like, yeah, demo me. And the thing was, he was standing, and this is like in the corridor. So in our school, you had the classrooms, and you used to put your bags outside, and like these little areas where you'd like to put your bags. And so he was standing right up against the bags, as in right behind him. So then I did the 1-inch punch, right? And he went flying. But obviously it's more though that he tripped over, so it made it look really good. And as it happened, Mr. Lawrence, he was our head of sixth form, but he liked me because I was like number 1 in history. And so he saw it happen. And obviously any other person, this would be like, come and see my office, what you doing, messing about. He saw me doing it. The was like, come on then, up you get.
You got away with it. Nice.
Mate, teachers love me, man. I got away with so much, man.
You were proper.
The funniest
I feel it.
Yeah. But there's one teacher, Mr. Rushworth, also a history teacher, who he had to go somewhere, so he left the class and he goes, I'm going to leave you in charge, right? And he goes, if I come back and anyone's messed about and you don't tell me who messed about, I'll give you detention. I was like, this guy's like proper mastermind level. Yeah. He's like, if you don't grass, then no saza milni hai. Bloody hell.
So how'd you grass?
No, I didn't have to. It was fine. Everyone was fine.
Okay.
I said to him, I was like, listen, stop it, okay? No messing about. I became the teacher. I'm teacher. Oh, right. So so Bruce Lee Singh, right? So then on Bruce, the death anniversary, I think it's July the 20th is his death anniversary. And Channel 5 was doing a program about Bruce Lee and JKD. And someone said to me, they're like, so, Bruce passed away today. I was like, yeah. And he goes, are you doing like a special workout in his memory? I was like, okay.
What do you want me to do? Finger press-ups or something? Like, what do you want me to do? 3 finger press-ups?
I actually did press-ups that day. Because the guy had said it. I actually went home and I remember watching that show. And this is like in sixth form. I remember watching the show on Channel 5 and it was on TV and I was there like doing push-ups and stuff.
Wow.
Oh, I didn't think I was going to go there today. That's a funny memory that came back up.
There we go.
School's lit, man. School's lit.
For you, yeah.
Lit.
It was, yeah.
Lit.
There you go. See?
Yeah.
See? You're getting with the lingo.
Lingo jingo. Chal, Mitra, what's your confession?
I have a question for the audience to comment below. What do you do when your friends' friends become your friends?
Ooh, we're gonna go there today.
We're
We're gonna
go
go
there
friend poaching. Now, the funny thing is, I told him about this concept after he dropped you off.
You did.
I
What
did.
did he say?
He said, he goes, "Oh, you're protective over me," and I was like, "No." I was like, a little bit. He goes, "Don't worry. Like, I'm yours first or whatever."
You'll
He said,
always be
something
my
like
number one. That's what he said to
that.
you.
Yeah, something like that. So go and give people context, who are we talking about?
Your best friend, Roda. Raj. Me and Raj get on well because of the sport references that Gurdon cannot fulfill. I fulfill his sporting needs. Yeah,
Right.
not in
right,
that way. People,
okay.
calm down. But we exchange memes.
तो ये
a
मुंडे
lot.
को water sports खेलते हैं?
we exchange memes a lot, football memes, F1 memes,
Right.
etc. Last week was
Yeah.
a big week because Lewis Hamilton moved to Ferrari. So me and him were sending each other shit consistently all day. And he's a dentist, so he actually has patients to see. So by the end of the day, he's got like 10 different messages off me from 10 different sources. And he's probably like, "Oh, sorted. I've just got all my news feed off Indy now. Happy days." But talk about sport, yeah. And Gurdon was like, "Can you stop poaching my friend?" I was like, "Well,
It's a very interesting concept.
I'm just adding in. I'm adding to his life in a way that you can't. You know."
Okay, that's a really dark take, but it's just interesting, isn't it? Because I find as you get older, you have your friendship groups, right? And you have circles. And generally, the circles don't really mix unless there's a reason. So, like a wedding is an example where people mix, or a stag. And this example, I think for you, although you've known Raj for a while, it was
but I've known him like at your events, not like had a chance to get to know him offline.
one-on-one. Offline,
offline,
without me chaperoning. Basically, that's what you're saying. So, I think it was Shindy's baby shower, wasn't it?
It was.
Which was very intimate because there's only a few guys there, so we had like a little man shower. Let's not call it man shower.
Let's not call it man shower.
No, we did not have. I sound like Bill Clinton, don't it? I did not have sexual relations.
I didn't get a golden. I got no shower of any kind. Golden, nothing, none of that. Okay.
Too many water references. We played tennis. Okay, that's what we did. At our man gathering. That's what we call it.
Knocking balls, were we?
We weren't doing that. No. We're not doing that. Yeah, and then it's just different, isn't it? Because you have friends from different circles. And actually, let me ask you this question, right? So I know that I have many trios, friends which exist in the three. And I'm the common link in all these trios. Do you also have that kind of, I
have a couple. Yeah, okay.
Give me one example. Give me an example.
I lived in a flat 4 at uni. I only keep in touch with 2 of them. There's a trio. There you go.
Yeah, no. Okay, that's the trio. But I mean, then have you had this scenario happen where it's like, so me becoming friends? Actually, I know both your 2 friends because we went to school together. Those 2. Yeah, that's okay. That's a bit because I know them from before. But is there anybody else who's then become friends with them? One of your other friends, I mean. Though.
No, actually, no. I don't think that's happened. That breach has not occurred.
So you don't know what it feels like to be friend poached? Is that what you're saying?
But
how do you feel as the poachee? How do you feel? No, I'm not going to reciprocate here. How do you feel as the poachee? Do you know you're doing it?
No, I'm just having a good time.
Well, because that's the main thing, isn't it? Predator. Yeah. You're such a predator. You ask me why you're a predator. You're a predator. You stalk my friends. You stalk my friends.
I don't stalk your friend.
You know what you do?
Your friend messaged me first saying I'm not agreeing to this justy shit, right? And then I was like, I got you, bro. Don't worry. And then we started talking. What's wrong with that?
No. You find ins with people. Oh, F1,
I didn't find it in there. You mentioned it to him.
Football.
Saying,
before
I said
that.
this to Indy, and he messaged me saying, I'm not standing for this. I said, thank you.
Before that. Yeah, Chacha's United. That's great. Right. Chacha's United against the rest of the world.
There we go. That's it.
You know, I might actually, that'd be a good football match to watch. We get all the Masiyan together, supposed Masis, Indy. And we get all the Chacha on one side.
The ones that want to transfer, yeah.
Transition.
Yeah. Transfer. Not transition, transfer. Transfer respect.
And then we get the Chachi on one side and we just have a little kabaddi match in there.
Kabaddi match? Who do you think's going to win?
There'd be so much gussa. You are Chachi, ball Chachi, ball to Chachi, ball to Chachi. India's the captain of that team.
Some of those kabaddi videos of kids playing kabaddi are flipping wild, man. I love watching them. The celebrations they have after they win are fantastic.
Like over the top.
Huh?
Over the top, or
yeah, they're over the top. They just rub it in their face, and I'm like, I'm here for it.
Interesting.
So yeah, sorry, as you were saying.
No, just saying, like, you have this. You're very intentional, aren't you? Like, he's going to be my friend. He's no longer going to be your friend.
Not intentional. It's just
Pluck.
if we crack it off as friends and we're getting on, what's wrong?
Yeah. Look, you've got your friends. Stick to your friends. That's what I'm saying.
I have something.
Don't cross the border. You got many friends, haven't you?
I have some.
Boy.
Yeah, and I'm okay
London
with that.
boy. Yeah, exactly. You got your Queen Mary's boys. And then what Indy offered? Indy offered me one of his friends, one of his local friends here. He's like, have him? Yeah, Lela. I was like,
have
it
him.
doesn't
I
work
see
like
him
that.
like a few times a year. He's very busy. 2 kids, not available. Have him. I tried calling him yesterday to meet up. He's like, sorry, can't answer. Busy with the kids. Everything cool. I was like, just want to swing by. He's like, hit me up another time. I was like, okay, boss. You can have that friend if you want.
That'll be me one day when you ring me.
No way.
You won't care. You just climb into the window.
No, I'll just knock on the door. But like, Garden, I'm outside. Let me in.
Yeah. Like, do you want to go to? We're at the best friend's house.
You know what's funny? On Sunday, I tried to take a shortcut to come back here to London, and I had to go past your house. And I was like, "Do I call him?" And then I remember I tried messaging you like, "You free for a chat?" Just all night. You were like, "Not today." I was like, "Okay."
See, but that's a different one. How'd you come? You could have just come in and helped.
I know, but I was like, "No, it's okay. It's okay."
Yeah, you're like, we already spent too much time together the previous day.
Yeah, but there's nothing wrong with friend poaching. I'm here for it. I'm here for it.
There's nothing wrong with it because you've done it, haven't you? Yeah, I need to.
You could incur it on me.
Do you know what it is? Do you know what it is? There's nobody of yours that I want. That's the problem.
Fucking hell, that's me.
No, because I don't know them. That's why. Not from a meme point of view. You've spent time with Raj, therefore you're like, okay, this is the next logical step. I haven't spent time with any of your friends. That's what it is.
It's true.
I think back to your birthday.
When me and Sanj get a house, maybe we can cross that bridge and you'll see some mingling of friends. Then you can pick and choose.
I need to strategize with Sanj. I need to get back to you a different way. She will know.
I think Sanj will give you like a top 10 recommended friendship. Like this is a good one. This one's a good one.
I'm friends. I need to go to a different level now. But Sanj, how do I get back at him? Let's how do I blood for blood? I need something, right?
What do you want?
I know exactly. Don't worry. Don't you worry.
Don't
you worry. Off the board deals. We're gonna find something.
There is no off the board deals. Everything's on
We're
the
gonna
board.
We're gonna find something.
We're
gonna infiltrate. We're gonna infiltrate your dentist.
And on that cliffhanger, we'll go to
on that cliffhanger.
Okay. Hanji buddies, welcome to this week's edition of The Apprentice 2024 rendition, aka what bestie has the Sikh community done to itself? Here we go. Garan, did you watch episode 1?
You ready for the impression?
I'm very ready.
So like basically, right, because I'm like top man DJ, yeah? I've been like all over the world and we do the events. I do events, no problem, man. We don't need to worry about cost. No, don't worry about the profit, man. I got this unlocking it. Yo, people, DJ Virdi in the house. Are you ready? Make some noise. Go do some Bhangra. Yeah. Catchy, yeah. Don't worry. The food needs to be ready at 2 p.m., right? Maximum 2:15 p.m. We're going to be there, right? What? Where do you find these people, man? ਕਿੱਥੋਂ ਲੱਭ ਕੇ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਆਏ ਆ ਬੰਦੇ ਨੂੰ?
I feel sorry for the kid, because basically he's the first turban Singh to go on the show. We have a lot riding on this, okay? You're going on and doing the stereotypical things that we don't want you to do. So in my head, I'm thinking, okay, episode 1, you volunteer. By the way, spoilers for those that haven't realized, okay? Episode 1, spoiler alert, you are the project manager. You put your hat in the ring, okay? Cool. You openly say it, I'll do it first. Respect to you, bro. That is difficult, okay?
The only reason he's still in the competition, that's what Sugar said.
Yeah, respect, okay? You then proceed to fulfill every negative stereotype of us. Number 1. You chose to do Bhangra to get people going. Geez, don't pull that card so early. And also a part of me thought,
Mm.
please don't do this. And when he said, I'll do some folk Punjabi dancing, I thought, please don't do it. And when they did it, I thought, nay, buddy. Nay, please, don't. Oh, for God's sake.
Hi. Hi.
And when he did it,
Hi.
I sat there cringing with a pillow on me. And my brother was there like, but it's working, man. They're getting into it. I said, Val, I know, but just the cringe. They may as well have played Punjabi MC Mundi at the Bachke. They may as well have done it. It was like that. Okay. The guy's telling everybody to get hyped up outside. He said everybody in the house or something, and the outside make some noise. I'm like, it's not that kind of event. It's a corporate event.
Exactly. Who are you speaking to? This is the thing. Fine, look, you're a DJ, right? What does DJ
Trying to
mean?
get the bump.
What no, what does fresh tell us?
4, 3, 2, 1. Zordetania.
Okay, number one, stop watching clips of me and rehearsing and practicing them. I feel like you're going to do that to Sanj one day.
I will probably, yeah.
And she'll be like, you're so weird. Obviously that's specific to wedding DJ. My point was, Fresh will tell us, Omar will tell us that you got to read the room, right?
Mm.
That's the key thing. He's not doing a freshers party. Corporate clients, high end, away day, different persona, different energy needed. Hype is fine, right? Getting people hyped. And I always do think it's obviously the people who edit this stuff, right? They just
the editing's on point, because at the end when they say something, they go back a bit in the scene and they cut a bit to make someone look stupid, like
they look cringe. Yeah.
Right? It does some stupid facial expression. And I'm just like, okay, you really got that out of context and you kept the cameras rolling and you took 1 second. I know what you did.
It's like, you know, when you do some of the edits for our reels and I'm thinking and you do that kind of noise. Like, looking blankly, right? Yeah. So, you know, when the girls are doing the stuff in the Paani, she kept going about those facts about the Paani and no one gave a shit about who can tell me why the water is so dark or whatever she's, asking. So I get it. So editing's one thing. The Bhangra itself, I have to agree with that. I didn't actually mind that as much. It was more everything else, the way he's putting himself across. The sub team leader, the other guy, Phil.
I just stop you there. I mind the Bhangra thing because I'm thinking, don't do it. All right, secret time. Yeah, I still don't know who did this to this day. I was put forward to be on Take Me Out during university. I don't know who did it for me, and to this day, I'd love to know. If they're listening, please tell me. I got no problems. But when they called me as a casting call and said, by the way, we hear that you can do like a traditional dance. And I was like, I wasn't interested. Now I'm definitely not interested. No fucking chance you're going to parade me around like some Dr. on TV. And I go back to thinking about that Singh who was on there doing that, what was it, Gandam style with the little horse running around with the colour bug. And I thought, bro, no. And then he got the full blackout reds on Take Me Out. And that is just like, you set us back a little bit. And then this guy setting us back a little bit.
What's the scenario? What's the scenario when you can proudly do Bhangra on TV? Then tell me.
On a dance competition or like an audition for a TV show like that. You don't see people who are doing their traditional forms of dance just randomly bust it out in the middle of nowhere or for no unnecessary reason. It's a fair point.
Yeah, true. No, that bit's a fair point. But in a team building day, it's an easy thing to do. Like I think I probably would have done the same. I understand your gussa at that point.
I'm not gussa.
But all the things he did,
there is no gussa. I'm not angry.
Chalo, whatever word you want to use for
very
that.
Slapstick, and you probably know in your head it's slapstick. But you're thinking any means necessary to win. I completely respect that. But a part of me would say, do I want to do this right now on episode 1 of The Apprentice?
He's trying to make it memorable, isn't it? It's the other things, man. It's just
the poor decision making.
It's yeah, in the sense again, but it's just editing, isn't it? It's like, what's your margins? What's your price point? Sharab. What was the other thing? Timekeeping. Like really simple. And then the point, you do events. Surely you must know how this works. Like for example, again, I'm going to keep saying the word editing, but the guy who was in charge of the food, he looked like he was on point, man. Like, you know, you always have that early run in. You're like, this guy knows what he's doing, man. He clearly run a business for the pie guy. And he's like, getting the ingredients out, running it like a... You know what I did like, though? I like how he put the doctor in his place.
What,
I'm a doctor.
The arrogant prick?
Yeah. God.
He is
so I'm a doctor. You don't tell me what to do.
He's the stereotype of every doctor that people don't like.
Yeah. Yes.
The way he started clapping in the boardroom when he thought he won, I was like, Geezer, you need a
He was like-
full
he
full cupper.
goes,
He's like, we won.
50% at 300 pounds in it.
I was like, Geezer, full arrogance on display there, man.
He's like, yes. I love how they kept on the editing, like, why are you celebrating? Maybe we should let, what's his name? Tim. His name Tim.
Yeah.
Maybe we should let Tim finish or something.
The worst thing is, Gordon, is that you lost to a team that served probably some of the worst food ever. They got the batter mixed up on fish cakes.
The midtown, the fish.
And I'm sure the feminist jokes were all out in full force on Twitter about it, okay? Saying horrible shit. I'm very sure. But I just sat there and thought, you lost to that. You lost to people who served others the wrong ingredients on the food. How have you managed to do that?
Because the boys' food looked really good.
Yeah, but they have 3 minutes to eat it. And then they're trying to get people to dance, and they're like, "Oh, I've already done a bit of dancing already. Now you're trying to get me to dance again. I want to go home."
That's a good point, actually. Yeah, I think probably what they've done at that point is enjoy the food and let them go home, because they don't mind. They clearly didn't mind not doing that other dancing. And fine, you can sack off the peso you've given for it. Is what it is, huh? Yeah, but see, part of me is it's like The Apprentice, or I was talking.
It's entertainment now, but it's all-time car crash TV entertainment. That's what it has become. And I said this last year. I stopped watching it. This year, I felt obliged to watch it because there is a sing in it. And I thought,
are you finding people? Are you going either way to find people to represent all walks of life?
Yes, you are, because you can tell there's more ethnically diverse people on it than ever.
Yeah, no. There's there's a color point. I just mean from a.
You're talking classism.
It's hard to it's hard to articulate, but I'm talking about from
people who are upper class, middle class, lower class, working class background, very entitled background, etc. Yeah, they do that every season. That's always been there. That's nothing new.
He's just not very sharp, is he? At all?
I mean, I don't think any of them are. But I then thought a lot of it is PR now for themselves and their own personal brand. For example, there are a handful of candidates that I looked at online. I looked at their social following. They're in the hundreds of thousands on TikTok. So I'm thinking, you're just going on here to further your social profile. You don't need to be on this. It's obviously very opportunistic for you to be on this for the right reasons. Well, sorry, so for the right reasons of your own personal gain, I guess you can say. So,
I mean, there will be one or two
about the money,
serious.
or is it about the popularity,
the brand deals,
that you're going to get?
Yeah, but I guess if it was me, and that's definitely part of it. But if you could have Lord Sugar as in your money's one thing, man, but the access you get if you get connected with him. Now, it's not worked out with all the candidates, and we've seen the fallout.
Yes,
a couple of thingies on, but the couple it has worked. Not the couple, the people like Ricky.
What, the wrestler?
Yeah,
the one that runs the marketing agency. No, I'm aware of who he is.
No. He's the guy who runs. He's the Australian guy here on about, isn't it? Mark, sorry. Mark something. Mark, yeah. He really up something. I can't remember. Yeah, there's that guy. There's the other guy. Who's that singer? Ricky Martin.
Okay.
Big guy. Probably the strongest candidate in the history of. He's the one.
Let me look.
Type in later after this. Put Ricky Martin, and Claude. He does the best 5 interviews.
Yeah.
Like Claude rips into people. He goes, "I really enjoyed reading your business plan." He goes, "You budgeted for the Christmas party." He goes, "This is the best business plan I've ever seen."
Yeah, he was the wrestler.
Okay, he might be a wrestler, but the guy you're on about, the marketing guy, is somebody else who looks a little bit like him.
Yeah.
He went out with the other winner, Leah Totten, the aesthetics doctor, but they're not together anymore.
Chacha.
Yeah, so sometimes it obviously works out, but sometimes it doesn't. But I'd want to get the connections with Lord Sugar. That would be the number one thing.
Do you remember the previous season, that the girl Harpreet who won it?
Yeah, Desserts?
Yes.
Desserts?
I think so. And she's now engaged to that guy Akshay from the season, who no one liked.
The same season or a different season?
Same season, same guy.
Akshay wasn't the guy who they told him to leave. He's in the best 5 and he walked out and went to the wrong room. No. Oh, sorry, I'm thinking of Solomon. That was Solomon.
You're thinking Solomon, yeah.
That was a different one.
Many years ago. Yeah. Akshay was the guy who.
Oh, yeah. I remember him now. Yeah, but obviously, yeah, like no on. It wasn't obvious that they were together on the show.
No, of
It
course
wasn't one of
not.
those.
But I sat there and thought,
Yeah.
like, oh, okay, fair play, cool.
Hmm.
Very
The
unexpected.
Apprentice.
So there you have it. That's The Apprentice in a nutshell. Singh, just make it far in enough that we forget about that. Obviously, I'm saying something that's already happened, and it's not up to me. But chalo.
Did you see? Shindy pointed this out to me. Do you know when he was in the final three?
Oh,
And
he
the
was
camera
muttering to
zoomed in on him?
himself.
Bro, what muttering? Vaheguru,
Yes, I thought this.
Vaheguru.
I
He's doing
thought
Paath.
this.
Hor kya na ne?
And I
Hor
said
kya na
this
ne?
to my brother. I said, "Bao,
Paath,
is he
Paath kar raha hai.
doing Satnam Waheguru Ek Onkar Sri Waheguru Ji Ki
He's
Fateh
doing-
right now? What's he
Oh,
doing?"
he's doing it. Babaji, please.
Yeah.
It's the Babaji, please.
Humble
line.
Banti,
That's
humble
what's
Banti,
happening.
please.
Yeah, Babaji, please. He's definitely doing like he's got like the you can see the red of his eyes like
He
Ron
was
Lagia.
doing that. He was doing.
Yeah.
I said to Bao, I said he's doing his full part right now, and Bao's like, no, he's not. Then I said, go on,
He
then
is.
lip
He
read it,
is.
because Bao thinks he can lip read, right? So he's sat there. He's like, let me lip read it. He's like, yeah, he's saying like half words. I said, yeah, it's probably. I'm going with the fact that he's definitely saying Bart right now on screen. And they zoomed into him like they did him dirty. They were like, oh yeah, there you go. Prime
Look at
content.
it,
They're doing this. Oh yeah.
Yeah, they're like, oh, he's doing something special. Maybe it's part of the Bhangra. Ooh. No, he's activating himself. Ooh. Okay. Oh god.
Oh,
Yeah,
too
he's definitely
funny, man.
fair play, man. I'm surprised he didn't do like Jakarta or something when he said he can go back. He'd be like, you can go back to the house. Oh boy, sorry, huh?
It's only me, only I can say it. Okay.
Did you see also in the final bit where they show the house, all the brown guys are together?
No, I didn't notice that. No.
Yeah. The dodgy doctor, the dentist, and the singer, all just together there.
Of course they are.
They're like, we stick together,
Browns
man.
unite. That's it.
Yeah, that doctor pissed me right off, man. He clearly
Giving you a
the
bad
thing
name.
is, yeah, no, in the sense, look, for example, I'm a good doctor, right? I'm
Maybe
quite happy to say that, right?
Okay. मैं
No,
गलत
I'm
काम
not,
नहीं
and I'm not
करना।
commenting on his medical skills, but I'm useless in the kitchen. Siddhi ji gal hai, but he's like, oh, he doesn't have to tell me to put the heat temperature down or to simmer. Like, bro, you don't know what you're doing. Just listen to. He had so much ego is the issue, right? He's like,
Touche.
I'm a doctor. There's no hierarchy, but it's like just listen to the guy. Siddhi ji gal hai.
Well,
Ego. That was the issue.
Well, are we done with that? Because that's a nice segue into the next point. Are you ready?
Go. But egos.
Segue into the next point. My bot. Okay, so King Charles today been announced that he has cancer. It's not prostate cancer like everyone thought. That was speculated. But that's obviously horrible. Don't wish that on anyone. And same day, we were sent an article by our wives about a publicity stunt in India of a fake cancer death of I think it was a Bollywood actress or Indian actress.
Yeah, not one
Poonam
I've heard of, but
Pandey.
yeah.
Basically faking a cancer death of herself.
Cervical cancer, yeah.
Yeah, to raise awareness of it. And it caught so much wind that people were reporting it as real as her being dead. And then afterwards, she posted a video saying, no, I stand by us doing it. It was for a good cause. Everyone's talking about, is it cervical cancer? Or do you say cervical? What do you say?
Depends if you're English or American. And depends if you're talking about downstairs or the back of your neck. C-spine here.
I say
cervical. We'll go cervical. Cervical, yeah, cervical's fine.
Yeah. Cervical cancer. And she said, to quote her exactly, suddenly we are all talking about cervical cancer, aren't we? She's proud of the news of what her death was able to achieve. This is some very twisted, backwards stuff. You don't use that as a tool to highlight a problem or to highlight something in such a way. Faking your death is morbid, to say the least, and it's mocking others that have lost people to cancer as a publicity stunt to raise awareness. There's other ways you can do it.
I think that's the point. The point being debated here is, do the means justify the end? That's essentially the point, right? Before we get into that point, the thing that made me think about is, remember in Ross and
I thought
Chandler,
this exact scene when Ross is in the other room and he spoke about this girl, and this girl
he comes out, it's like, but but I'm not dead.
I'm here.
So we can go out. He's like, you're sick.
And he's like, did you hear that? She liked me.
He's like, that's what you heard? Yeah. So it made me think of that scene first. Yeah.
I mean,
so
in fairness to her, Gordon, she got to see who did her tributes or not for herself. She's like, who did and didn't care? Who are my real friends?
There's a concept in the Western world, which I think is a good concept. Sorry, man.
Hoi hoi. Takia.
I'm not a woman.
Oh, damn it.
Takia tu.
Takia.
Yeah. See, in that, if you want to make it less formal, you can just drop the tusi.
But isn't that like
Takia?
an unfinished sentence?
No, it's okay. It's like takia, and then because I'm doing the inflections like a question
takia?
mark. You see what I mean?
I like it.
You like it, don't you?
I
You
like
like
it
his
a
little
lot.
accent, yeah.
Thank you.
I like it. I love it. Oh, on that point, there was something I wanted to teach you.
Hanji.
Might as well do now.
Hanji.
This little segue, little bit of segue Punjab, eh?
Hanji.
Right. What's cold water?
Tand Paani.
Thanda pani.
Isn't it Tand?
No.
Fuck's sake.
Tand is
I
cold.
fell off school one, didn't I?
Yeah. Thand is cold, but you wouldn't say it's thanda pani. Thanda pani.
Yes.
Yep. So say that one. Thanda pani.
Tanda Paani. Yeah.
Thanda pani. Okay. And now what's now there's 3 different levels to warm.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know the 3 levels
Garmi's
of
hot.
warmness? So garam, yeah.
It's not Garmi, fuck's sake. Garam.
You know I understand.
Do you know
with
what
now.
annoys me? Yeah. You just corrected me saying make it singular, so I dropped the clauses. Okay. I said tanda and you said no. No, I said tand, you said tanda. Okay, fine. I then say Garmi and you're like Garam. I'm like, you know what? Fuck you. Okay.
Yeah, but the problem is, yeah, it's not consistent, is it? Yeah. Garmi hogi, it's warm. You'd say that, but you say garam pani. You don't say garmi pani.
But you don't say Tand Paani.
No, thanda pani.
This language.
Yeah, I see your point.
You see my problem? You see my headache?
You know what it is? I sat with a guy from Punjab and I asked him, let me give you an update on this, right? So, pani pina, juice pina, beer peeni, sharab peeni, whiskey peeni, cigarette peeni. Anything bad is peeni. Right? Everything's okay is peena. And the thing was, we both
Punjabi
basically
is a sexist language, basically.
yeah, it is to do with male and female of the object. But the thing that was confused, the thing is, and we both said it, me and this other guy, it's like we know what sounds right, but we don't know why it's right sometimes. So when you're asking for teach me the rule, I'm just like, I know it's garam pani and thanda pani rather than thanda pani and garmi pani. But I
Okay.
understand your predicament. Right. So garam is one of them. Right. So thanda, garam. You ready for the other 2?
Yes.
Kosa.
Huh?
Kosa. Kosa.
Kosa.
Kosa. Yeah, you like that. You like the way it sounds, don't you?
Interesting.
Say it. Kosa.
Sounds
later when Sanjay's around, like-
Khusra or something, but yeah.
It's not. No, it's really not that.
Kosa.
Oh
Okay,
my god.
Kosa. Yeah, sorry.
Bloody hell. Khusra wala pani le gaya. No, don't be asking for that. Don't go to the Gurdwara. Baba ji, khusra pani. Menu tusi bana do, please. Oh my god. Kosa means lukewarm.
Kosa Paani. Okay.
Like lukewarm, like room temperature type kosa.
Okay.
Like if you left the kettle, you've left it in the kettle and you get the pani from the kettle, but it's not warm. Kosa pani.
Okay.
Thanda, kosa, garam. Now the final word you use is say you're in the shower and you want to know if that water's coming out hot. What do you call that? Or it's coming out of the boiler?
Tatta.
Yes. Get in, Indy.
Is that right?
Yeah, buddy.
Yes,
Val.
let's go,
Yeah.
son. Yes.
All right. Get in, boy. Get in. Right. So ready? Thanda, kosa, garam, tatta.
Tatta.
Now
Okay.
say it all back. Say it back with the pani.
Thanda Paani. What was the other one?
Not kusra.
Kosa Paani.
Yes.
Garam Paani. Tatta Paani.
Yeah, very
right?
good.
Is that
putt.
right?
Yeah,
Oh my
buddy.
God. Oh.
ये पंजाबी नहीं बढ़िया होगी
I'm sweating right now. That was pressure.
गर्मी आ रही है
Yes, actual pressure. Higher up.
गर्मी आके ठंडा पानी पी ली
Oh, look at that. Flexing all of them, huh?
Very good, very good. Achal, I want you to practice these, okay?
And
So
your
when
end
you're,
result is you're warm. So say that. Say it's cold. You're going to have some hot water and you're going to feel warm. Say it.
this is like a tongue twister in Punjabi.
It is. Yeah, say it.
ਮੈਨੂੰ ਬੜੀ ਠੰਡ ਲੱਗ ਰਹੀ ਸੀ ਬੜੀ ਠੰਡ ਲੱਗ ਰਹੀ ਸੀ ਉਸ ਤੋਂ ਬਾਅਦ ਮੈਂ ਗਰਮ ਪਾਣੀ ਪੀ ਕੇ ਮੈਂ ਗਰਮ ਬੰਦਾ ਹੋ ਗਿਆ there is another word I would want to use here
We're not
but you
using
want
it.
to use it
We're not using it.
I cannot believe that
Nope.
that would be the correct
That would be the very correct term, but we're not using it.
yeah. And you know how they say it they'll be like ਮੈਨੂੰ ਚੰਗੀ ਆ ਗਈ
Yeah. Also, Bala's one, isn't it?
huh
Bala.
for
Cold.
bala
Yeah, I'm sure my nanny would say this to me, like, "Koti pao bar palaya."
I understand the first bit koti I mean pala means to wear koti pala would be like put on your sweater
No, I need to call
bar
my
but
mum
then you're
and
saying
ask her.
outside
No, I need to call
Yeah,
my
I
mum
think
and ask her because she said something like that. She'll be like palaya, as if to say it's cold.
this sounds like another Shatar incident doesn't it yeah
God rest
Made
my
up
nanny's
kid.
soul, but I will call her and ask her if she was here. But
I know,
I'm
I
sure my
don't,
mum-
I don't think.
I'm sure my mum will recall, or my sister.
I think your mom or your sister will give you the right word. This is more of an indie moment where
This
he
is
just.
definitely, probably, most likely an indie moment. Okay,
Mhm.
now we've wrapped this segment up. Let's go back to the cancer
It's a
bit.
mini segment.
Yeah.
Yeah. So does the end? Do the means justify the end?
Do the
That's the
means
question.
justify the end?
That's what I meant to say. That
No.
it's extreme marketing PR tactic, isn't it? Like it's definitely worked, and like the article says, is it ethical though?
Okay,
answer is
consider now that article caught wind today, same day that King Charles has been diagnosed with cancer.
Mhm.
Does it have a good vibe now?
What do you mean?
Does the message still hold a good message behind it, even though now we're talking about something that's happened to a high profile individual in the UK?
No, but that aside, I think her point is yes, you're all angry. Be angry. I don't care that you're angry because when that anger settles, because no one can stay angry for long. In the same way, you rightly said, a war can break out after a couple of weeks. No one cares. So the anger will dissipate. But if you're having the conversation about, have I had a smear? Or what do
I
I know
don't
about
think people are having
cervical
that
cancer?
conversation. They're going to talk about the individual in question and the marketing company in question.
For how
They're
long?
not going to
For
talk
how
about
long?
the
That's what I'm
message.
saying.
No, Karan.
For how long?
No.
For how long?
This is what's
For
going to
how long?
happen. They're going to drop the whole PR campaign, and the campaign's going to be chastised, and therefore the message behind what the campaign stood for is going to die
It's gonna
with
get
it.
lost.
It's going to be lost. It's all going to fall at once.
Maybe.
It's not like everything disappears and then that one thing erupts at the end of it. No, it all goes down with it because of the message that was surrounding it.
I think you're probably right. But I think also depends on what type of person you are. Like I heard that and I'm like, okay, that's wrong. But the bigger point is, okay, let's talk about cervical cancer. But if you're somebody who wants to be bitter and wants to say someone's wrong, then yeah, you're right. You will completely miss the other point.
Yeah, of course. And I don't think it's about bitterness. It can be a little bit, as the article mentioned, triggering, because you are triggering other people's emotions towards cancer and what they've been through, or what they've lost.
Say that bit last bit again. You're triggering. So if you've had somebody who's had cancer, who's passed away, by seeing somebody fake their own death, go on, finish that.
That is triggering to them because you're like, hang on, you've just taken the piss now. I've actually lost someone who had cancer, and you've used this as a PR stunt to further yourself behind the message, really, if we deep it. And now all of a sudden it's left a really bad taste in people's mouths that have lost people from cancer. That's what you have to consider. So the means really can't justify the ends. I can't see it. And as a doctor, I don't think any other doctor can kind of sit there and justify it either and say, maybe not the best way to do it. Other ways of doing it.
What I'm thinking about now is that exactly your point there. What would be a good way to raise awareness apart from being, I mean, the high profile, the Jay Goody was a good example.
Yeah, I mean, campaigns have their own
King
way.
Charles. Yeah.
Campaigns have their ways of doing things. It just depends on what the PR message is. And marketing companies fuck up all the time. How many times do you see PR companies have to come out and save a marketing company from a mad disaster, for example, for really fucking up and dropping the ball on something quite serious. I used to do marketing for a company that was a protein shake, and they had this protein shake advert that was banned because they were shaking it, and it looked like they were pleasuring themselves as they were shaking it, and they were holding it in precarious positions. That ad was pulled everywhere, and everyone complained about it. That got submitted to advertising standards, and they were forced to take it down. But it gave them a bad name. That's one example of many out there.
And then Indy left.
No, I did it as agency work. They were one of my clients, and I'm like, I never heard of this company. And someone said to me, it's this company, and they sent me the advert, and I was like, oh, fuck, okay. So there you go. Right.
And then Indy created the advert that derailed their whole company.
Imagine that.
Imagine that. You'd be infamous as well, wouldn't you? This guy.
No, you wouldn't, though. It's the company that's infamous. You yourself are not.
Yeah.
You
no,
can
that's
hide
good,
behind the guys.
That came up. इस बंदे ने बनाया. जिस बंदे का podcast है ना, इन्हें बनाया.
Yes, it's my fault. Yes. Yes.
Yes. So
anyway.
So, yeah. Anywho.
Basta, any other questions?
Bas.
Sure?
No, pretty happy.
Chalo, jardi kala. Last segment for the wrap up of last week. The bit you've all tuned in for. What is happening? Got to fill in the people on what happened this weekend. Gone.
Indy and I had a fantastic, wonderful, Bromantic Saturday. So it commenced with a podcast we were invited to do, which was nice. Nice being on the other side, just basically being asked questions about our journey and whatnot.
And do your thing and go. It was nice.
What's interesting is, because we've had a few of those, not as podcasts, but as in sometimes when we're interviewing for things and people ask like, oh, how did you meet? Why the podcast? You know, the usual questions we get. But what's interesting is every time we do it, I always find out something new about you. And like you'll say something, I'm like,
find out? I forgot.
I can't remember. You said something. I remember at the time I was like, oh yeah, I was like, oh really? I was like, oh, I didn't know that. And sometimes I surprise myself about it's a time to reflect, isn't it? When someone asks you a question, you've actually got space to give an answer. Yeah. Like for example, I'm giving a speech in a couple of weeks, the week we're podding together as well, and I did that event 2019. That was the event that I inadvertently made you jealous when I sent you the trailer of me speaking.
Oh wait, are you doing that same event again?
Same event again. Yeah.
What's the context?
As in what's the event, or what do you mean? Yeah, so the event is called Strength to Succeed. So it's an event that happens every year. It's free, multi-speaker event. It's happening in Redcar. Redcar has the highest suicide rate in the UK. The guy who runs it is a guy called Stephen Green, his good friend. He's a world record holder for the longest triathlon. So he's like, yeah, Jazz, can you come and do a speech? So I was looking at it today. I looked at my slides from last time I did it. I was like, oh, my thinking's changed, man. It was really refreshing. So then I was looking at my YouTube channel. I was looking at, I've got obviously I've got a WhatsApp group full of ideas, things that are meaningful to me. And I put it in there, and I was like, oh yeah, I've come a long way, man. Like my thinking's changed, and it'll change again. What was the point I was trying to make to you?
You're doing the event.
Doing the event. Honest reflections. Yeah. So when we get asked, so that was a Saturday morning. We went to this. We were podcasted, and then we went to the main event, as it were. Now, the people who came out to support us at the Chai in the City, which was hosted by Taraki, and we were there in collaboration with Cloud 9000. Shout out to Cloud Boys, Amrit and Aman holding it down. I'm going to fast forward a little bit just to say this bit. I'm going to come back to the actual event. But afterwards, when we were mingling with people, how nice is it when people were, waiting to speak to us? Right.
Super nice. I had to run out and go for a piss, and then I came back in. I met a couple, Sharon and her boyfriend. I've forgotten his name, unfortunately. And they looked at me and they were like, do you have to go somewhere? I was like, no, I'm here to talk to you guys. And they were like, oh. And I was like, yeah. What's your questions? And they were just asking stuff, and they were like taken aback. And I was like, oh, it's cool. Just ask what you want to ask.
It's really nice, isn't it? And everybody who listens to the podcast, let's say for me, was like, you've been wanting to do a live event for a while. I was like, I know, I've been saying it since like episode 3. Episode 3, I've been saying it. We're here now. I was like, look, Indy's clearly enjoying it, so we're going to definitely be doing more. So it was nice to be in a live space. Live reactions to speaking, to jokes, is just the one, man. That energy is something else. Like, I know, look, we used to do Bhangra, right? And Bhangra was, you hear noise, but you don't really, you're not vibing, right? And so this was kind of but we're not doing comedy either. But
But you set the pace of the things you're saying, and you
yeah,
get live feedback.
yeah.
So I'd say a point. I'd look at the crowd, and they would nod back at my point, and I'm like, "Oh, I'm not talking out my ass. Oh, okay, you guys agree. Oh, that's good to know." So I was thinking that a little bit in places when I was saying something.
But the crowd has to be warm. That's the other thing. So some of the feedback from myself was like, yeah, obviously people knew who we were. Some people knew who we were. Some people didn't. But it's not like people are wearing signs like, I know your show and I've watched this many episodes, right? So you you assume nobody knows who you are, basically. And then I was saying this to someone. I said, in the topics we were discussing were obviously very heavy hitting topics, right? But one of my speaking coaches often said to me, he said, Jazz, when you're speaking, it's fine to go deep and dark, right? But if you keep people there the whole time, then they're just gonna get ducky, basically. He's like, the skill of a good speaker is you go there and then you come back out. Because remember, you're reflecting on it now. So for example, we were sharing our experiences about mental health. I said this to somebody after, I think it was a thing called Asa. I was saying how you can only speak honestly and candidly about an experience when you know you've got past it, right? Like in its full essence, and you can laugh about it. You can be like, yeah, this is pretty stupid, or whatever. And so I felt the sprinkling of comedy, and I was mainly just thinking on you. Raise your hand if you think Indy's pulse is more than 100. Keep your hand raised if you think it's more than 200. It was nice,
fine,
right? People,
it was fine.
it was. I know it's completely fine, but it was good that people thought from the podcast that you were uncomfortable. It was good. Like we were consistent with what people had seen. I really had fun, man. And that's all I would say. I think it was greatly received. It was a very important conversation to have. I like the turnout. Is more than 75 people, I think, at least there. Good spread of people as well. Shout out to the Uncle G who was on the front row. He was really interacting with the points. So I thought it was really good. The questions were real questions, man. Like they weren't small wishy-washy questions.
It was tough questions.
They weren't, man. They were like deep. You'd have to give a dissertation
and that didn't
if
make
you were going to give
cut
it justice.
Because that was done on purpose so people could be vulnerable and ask their questions. But one of them was something about how do you show love in your home? And I was like, whoa.
Yeah.
No one's ever asked me that.
That's really good. And I came home and I was telling Dad actually about that one. I was just saying how, there are different forms, languages of love. And for example, I'd shared about how Dad likes to write us emails. That's his medium. And I said, any medium's fine. But again, you're right. To ask that question, right? It was good. It was just really good. What did you enjoy about it?
I think I enjoyed it not being so surface level. So I wanted it to be in depth. I didn't want it to just be mental health is tough. Okay, next question. It's like, no, I wanted to give like some actionable insights that people can take away and go and do. And some of the questions we were asked afterwards, I won't reveal who said them or asked them, but some people were saying, I'm having difficulty with my partner at home. What do you suggest to all of the situation and circumstances he presented? And I thought, I'm no counselor. I don't have the answer to this, but I'll give you my 2 cents. But definitely go and see someone and find someone that's a good counselor for you to comb through it, because you haven't given me the full picture, and I'm sure the full picture is very, very big. So you want to go and dissect that and maybe figure it out. But it was good to give people some actual deep insights for all of us, and we all had different experiences,
stories, right? And we all know each other, but we didn't know. And that's why it was really nice, actually. Even on that panel, we were learning from each other. I was sat next to Arman. There was some stuff that Arman was sharing. I was like, whoa, I really didn't know that, man. And then one thing I reflected on was there is value in obviously giving actionable, tangible steps to solve a problem. That's one way of helping. But actually, a lot of people, what they said to me afterwards, just you sharing your vulnerability. And I said this from stage anyway, just made me feel good. Because it's that idea of I'm not alone. It can happen to you. It can happen to me. It can happen to all of us. And that's powerful. Literally just people find value in us just sharing our personal stories and how it made us feel and what happened and da-da-da-da-da. Which again, if you think about it, why would anyone find value in that? Like that's not going to help anyone. But I saw a patient today, young guy, Punjabi guy. And so I was taking his medication history and he's like, yeah, I'm on this antidepressant. I was like, okay, so why you want it? He's like, oh, I get really anxious because I think about what's going to happen, what could happen. And then when something happens and it doesn't go my way, and then I think about that. And I was like, okay. And then we had this whole chat. And it's unfortunate, obviously, he didn't know about John City. But I said, look, the podcast is going to come out. Make sure you watch it. And he goes, I actually feel better because we spoke about it. I was like, keep sharing your story, bro, because A, you're going to help somebody else. But B, the more you get it out of here and you get it out, you're going to you just feel lighter. And it's so easy to understate the value of that. Like, we talk about talking therapy and we're like, oh, go and see a counselor or go and speak to somebody. Like, it's just, but there's so much value in doing that. Whether you do it with a friend in a very casual way or whether you do it in a more structured way, it's a good thing to do. And that space was a very space. But I liked how people turned up and they respected the space. Right? There was no one there for weird agendas. There was no hecklers. It was just,
That was nice.
it was a good space, good energy. Yeah, it's good.
What was nice was a few people said to me, the way you speak is very clear and with a lot of clarity. And I thought, hey, me? I don't think so.
No, the better feedback you had was, and I can say this because I know he's a very good friend, is honestly, you speak with absolute, like you lay your soul bare. No, you do. You do. You honestly do, man. Like, you come out with stuff. It's like earlier that day when we had that question in the morning from the guy, like, what's married life been? And I was just teasing Sanj. Well, yeah, he basically started with like, it's really tough. This is tough. And I was broken when I moved to London. Like, but it's just, you don't pull anything. And I think, and that's the same thing I said to Asa. I was like, unless you've been down there, which Indy and I have both been at different respective times, right? It's only then can you speak with so much authority and authenticity about the subject material. Because when we speak, right, and I think this is what people appreciate, it didn't come, it's not rehearsed, number one. Nothing was rehearsed, nothing scripted. And it's not fake. It's like you said, it's not surface level. It's like, this is what happened, man. Here's all of it. I'm not going to give you a little bit. I'll give you all of it. Take what you want from it, right? We're not pulling anything here because actually we own it and we know it and there's no shame in it. So I think that's probably one of your best qualities.
Thank you.
It annoys me. It annoys me some. It does annoy me sometimes. I'm not going to lie.
Why?
But yeah, you just too honest sometimes. I'm just shut up, man.
Nah.
Just get let's. I'm like, let's just get it done. You're just like, but this, exactly. And I'm like, Andy, get it done, okay? Get in the room with Diljit. I don't care how we do it. We go in the trolley. We pretend to be Korean. Whatever we have to do, we get in the room with Diljit. I don't care.
So that was nice. I didn't think that I had that. And when I told people I had a stutter as a kid, they didn't believe me. And I thought, no, I did. I did have it. And they were thinking, what? But the people I was speaking to were actually quite confident themselves with how they spoke. So I thought, I've met you for 2 minutes. You seem quite good at holding this conversation. I don't see how you're unconfident in yourself, but everyone's got your own obstacles to sort of overcome mentally.
Perceived, isn't it? Exactly. Good.
So there we go.
Cool.
And then immediately afterwards, I made sure to wash my hands because we shook a lot of hands. And then I was thinking, if we're going to go and eat and get in the car, we need to wash our hands. You didn't. Gunda doctor.
I did pee. Yeah, I did.
What, straight after?
Not straight after. I think before we left.
Okay.
Pee.
Just checking.
Plus, I keep alcohol gel in my car. So, yeah.
Very good point. But yeah.
So, two quick shouts from me as well.
Please do.
Shout out to Jeevan Singh. So I was at Nando's. I told you about this on Friday. And young Singh, 16-year-old, come meets me at the, for seating or whatever. Completely normal with me. I'm there at my badminton game with my boy Jamie. And then sit down, comes over, Now, here's what he said, but here's what I think he meant. He said, are you Indy? I think he meant Indy Dr podcast, right? But I don't think I let him land there. And I was like, bro, I'm not Indy. Let's just be very clear about this point. I'm not Indy. Okay. And I'm not Indy because then he went on to say, I met Indy at a wedding. He met me at Fake Breed's wedding.
Fair play.
Yeah.
I don't remember, but okay, cool.
Yeah. So he remembers you anyway. And then we just had a quick chat. It was really funny. He was there and I was like, the better man now. Jamie's in the bathroom. He goes, and I was like, bro, I'm working, man. I can't sit down with you. I was like, better. It was just so funny. I forgot he's working. But that was nice. Oh, I forgot to tell you, man. Just remember now. When you and Aman were coming to the car for Rudy's, this is after the John City guys went for food, pizza place. Rudy's, really good pizza. Looked a bit like what we had in Naples. Obviously not the same taste, but looked like it at least. Indeed. Very fast service.
What was the phrase that Brad said? Man, you not don't let the grass grow here. Oh dear.
Yeah. That was it. We were coming in and there was a Singh leaving. And just, the normal Singh nod, didn't it? I'm just waiting outside. You guys are still in the car park. Singh comes back. I just want to say, I love your podcast. He goes, he goes, I'm also a doctor. His family's from Thailand. Forgive me, Paji, I don't remember your name. But he was like, I live here now, but I love your podcast. And I was like, that's really nice. And then as I came in, actually, he was my school friend who was sitting there. We didn't realize this. He just had a baby 10 weeks ago as well. Shout out to Aman, another Aman from QM. And he's like, bro, I love seeing your podcast, man. It's so good. And so Raj just like, yeah.
Is this what it's like all the time with you? Yeah.
He's like, yeah. So I was like, this is an anomaly, right? It does happen, but not this many.
No.
So yeah, Jeevan and Nando's. And then shout out to Lauren. So Lauren is somebody I work with, avid listener. She's proud Gordy. That's what she calls herself. And she said, Jazz, I will be the first Gordy on your podcast. I said, Lauren, bring me a juicy topic, and we can arrange that.
We'll give you some credit. Definitely.
Yeah. She watches all the clips, man. Like she said to me, she goes, I have noticed how people say Sohrod, and it's right how they say it. Yeah. And she said, but I can't say it because if I say it, it's like I'm being racist.
Yeah,
what was funny was I was working with her, and there was actually a brown person there. So listen, I was a random guy. I was like, say Sohrod. He's like, Sohrod. I was like, see, there you go. I was like, we're not making this stuff up, man. We're not making this up. Live demo, man. I remember the first clip she watched was about the Jakarta, and she was like, "What's the Jakarta?" I was like, "Yeah, this is hard to explain."
you can't explain that at all, mate. No.
Very hard to explain. But
when there are some white people who follow us, I look at them and I'm like, "Are you sure you want to follow this page? Because it's very messy." But okay, all right.
She loves it, man. She's like, "When you guys are big, that'll be my claim to fame." I said, listen, get to a point, and because she's very organized, right? Lauren is super, super organized. I said, we might need some kind of managerial team setup stuff. You could maybe be that person.
Very
connections in the white world, So that's it.
In the white world. And on that bombshell, people, thank you for listening. Please like the video on the way out, and we will catch you next week. You might see something a little bit different. Time will tell. Goodbye. Thank you guys for watching. Check out the rest of our episodes here, and don't forget to subscribe here. We'll see you guys on the next one.